If you ever wonder why Donald Trump's name keep coming up whenever tension with Iran rise, experts point to these three major decisions he has made during his first presidency. We're going to talk about it in this video, right? And then you will know why he is always at a loggerhead with Iran. So, guys, what if one of the world's most powerful leaders become the target of a foreign government? What would drive a nation to allegedly plan such a dangerous act? And why is Donald Trump once again at the center of one of the biggest geopolitical stories of 2026? Today, we are breaking down the history, the politics, and the escalating tension between the United States, Iran, and Israel, and why Trump's name continues to dominate the headline. A major international story has emerged after reports says Israel shared intelligence with the US, alleging that Iran has developed a new plan to target President Donald Trump. The report has intensified an already dangerous confrontation involving the US, Iran, and Israel. Of course, this is not out of place. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. And in this case, if you are the leader, don't expect everybody to be so excited with you, like all your policies, like all that you do. It is not possible. You always have people that are anti your government, right? So, but this story did not just begin today. To understand why Donald Trump would be viewed as such a significant adversary by Iran, we have to go back several years and examine decisions he made while in office and how those decisions continue to shape events in 2026. Let's break down everything. What started the conflict? Their relationship between Donald Trump and the Iranian government became especially hostile during his first presidency. One of the biggest turning points came in January 2020 when Trump authorized the US drone strike that killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, one of Iran's most influential military commanders. To many Americans, Soleimani was viewed as someone responsible for attacks against US forces and allies. Of course, the Iranian leaders, however, Soleimani was considered a national hero. His death fundamentally changed the relationship between Israel and the United States, and this is the first reason why Donald Trump will always be in the forefront of any attack in Iran. Since then, many Iranian officials have repeatedly vowed revenge against those responsible for the operations. And now, why is it Trump specifically? Donald Trump wasn't simply the US president at the time. He personally approved several major policies against Iran, as at that time, withdrawing the US from the Iranian nuclear agreement, imposing several economic sanctions, ordering the strike that killed Soleimani, and supporting a much tougher strategy towards Iran. Right? From Iranian perspective, Trump became the symbol of American pressure. That explains why his name has continued to appear whenever tension arises. Now you wonder why now, since 2020, and it's coming up right now. Well, many people are asking, why is this happening now? Several developments have dramatically increased tension this year. Relationships between Israel and Iran have deteriorated further. Military operations have expanded, and the United States have become more directly involved. Reports also describe major changes in Iranian leadership involving the death of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei earlier this year, creating an even more volatile environment. This could be the second reason. In this atmosphere, intelligence agencies are closely monitoring any possible threats involving senior political leaders. Now, is this connected to Iranian new leadership? Many analysts believe the change in Iranian leadership have made the political climate even more uncertain. Whenever a country experiences major leadership changes during a conflict, headlines voices sometimes gain greater influence. However, exactly how much that has affected current decisions remains difficult to determine publicly. Now, what has Donald Trump has to say in all of these? Because it was linked or leaked by Israel intelligence that they are planning something tough. So Donald Trump has responded forcefully. Of course, he has publicly warned that if Iran were ever to successfully target him, the US would retaliate with overwhelming military force. According to recent reports, Trump said he had already given instruction for a massive military response should such an event occur. So he's not going to just die because he wants to die. But then if he's going to die, this is what will happen. the military is going to blow up the whole of Iran. His statement reflects how seriously his administration views any alleged threats. And why is Israel involved? Israel considers Iran one of the biggest national security threats. Yes, because they have the host of all these Islamic Brotherhood that have becoming so much threat, not just in the Middle East, but even in Africa. Name the Al Qaeda, name the Hamas, name the Hezbollah, whatever it is, a lot of them, they always spring up from that area and they are always a national threat. And as you know, Israel is a country very small and always trying to protect its territory, right? So the two countries have been involved in years of conflict through intelligence operations, proxy groups, cyber attacks, and direct military confrontations. So, if Israel intelligence discovers information suggesting a threat against an American president, sharing that information with Washington would be consistent with a close security relationship between the two countries. Of course, since Iran is already a threat to them, they are literally monitoring everything, sneaking up everything to ensure that they don't make any wrong move, and they're always on the alert. Any man that is serious or a soldier does not sleep at war front. You live ready. You're always alert, right? So what could happen next? Let's look at those possibilities. One possibility is increased security around President Trump. The truth is that this will be the fourth time this man is being attacked or being targeted for attack, right? And it is no longer funny. For crying out loud, he's a human being. He has flesh and blood flowing through him. He's somebody's father, somebody's husband, and someone's grandfather. And he still wants to have his life and then sleep where and die when God calls him, right? But because he's put himself up there, the truth is that some people are not just comfortable that he's even breathing, right? So another is stronger intelligence cooperation between the US and Israel. Diplomatic efforts could also continue to reduce tension while military leaders remain on alert in case situation worsens. Most governments involved will likely try to avoid actions that can trigger a much larger regional war. So what should be done? Situations like this, preventing further escalation is very critical. So, strong intelligence sharing can help identify genuine threats, while diplomatic channels remain important to reduce misunderstanding and to avoid a wider conflict. At the same time, governments have a responsibility to protect public officials and investigate credible threats. So this story reminds us that decisions made years ago can continue to shape world events today. This was something almost 6 years ago and it's still coming up, right? Whether through diplomacy, military actions, or intelligence corporations, the choice of world leaders can have consequences that last for many years. So, what do you think? Do you believe tension between the US and Iran will continue to rise, or is there still room for diplomacy? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. And if you find this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our in-depth analysis of major global events. Thank you for watching. I will see you again in my next video. Bye.